Hello, Facebook world. I'm in my backyard. It's quiet right now. You know how often that happens. Not very often. So I've got this weird setup in my backyard. I've got my phone in a cup, holding it up. I see Christian Vanden Heuvel's watching. All right, I got one. That's all I need. I'm going to try and share this on my personal page if I can see it, because I'm a multitasker. Hardcore. I've got my phone and my computer. Just gotten a little tiff with my daughter who wanted to come lay out right now. And I'm like, you can't lay out. I'm doing a Facebook Live. And she's like, so the dogs can be out there? No, you can't right now. Stay inside. Shelter in place. Yeah, one is all I need, Christian. I'm trying to see this on Tina Steam's page on my computer. Is this video clear? Because historically it's been blurry, but I turned off my Wi-Fi to make sure it's not all pixely. Am I pixely? Alicia's here too. Hi. Okay. I see it on Facebook. It's for reals. And I am going to share this, I think. So hold on, and then we'll get started with some real nitty-gritty, amazing stuff. Actually, I think I can't share it on my page because my computer's weird. I can only do it on my phone, but if I stop on my phone, then I'll be confused. So, hi everyone. I wanted to preface this by saying that Mondays are Funday, and it's a little snarky and sarcastic and fun. So if you don't know me and you're coming on for the first time, you might just think, wow, she needs therapy. And I do, and I've gone. But last week, Christian shared some really great real tips on sheltering in place and some real practical, tangible tips. And you hear everywhere about gratitude. Everyone's saying, go exercise, do these things, practice gratitude. Well, I'm just going to flip that over just for today. Gratitude's awesome, and we definitely need to be thankful, but I want to talk about something that I'm calling Bratitude. I looked it up on the internet to see if that was actually a word anyone had coined, and that Bratstall company uses it for something else, not for my meaning. So my meaning for gratitude is sharing the things that are driving you crazy in your house right now, or that are really funny or annoying, and I'm going to share them with you because I feel like that's therapeutic as well. You can't live there, and I'm not trying to be negative. I think by making fun of it, it makes it more livable. So I'd love for you to share some of your gratitudes. But I am going to start with this one because I'm going to go soft and then get hardcore. The first one I'd like to share, this isn't really a complaint or anything. It's just kind of funny. Have you noticed, for those of you that have pets in your home, how many times a day someone will mention, hey, oh, look at the dog, look at Sibby, look at Lucy, isn't she so cute? It wants you to stop what you're doing to come look at the dog that's laying on its back. Yes, dogs lay on their back, but I do this too. But we're all like obsessing over our pets because we don't have a lot of else going on, I guess. But that's just one thing. So if you don't have a dog, you really should get one so you can have a centerpiece in your family that goes constantly, that everyone's always like, oh, look at how cute. Can I get an amen? Is anyone having that right now? Okay, Rachel's laughing. I think she's probably having some dog obsession in her life. Okay, so that's number one is how many times a day can we obsess over our pet and what they're doing that they've always done but we never noticed before. Okay, number two, in the shelter in place, I had dreams, I had goals, I had visions of a clean house. Because while I'm still working and managing the family and cooking and all the things, I'm not driving my kids around to various sports. So I should have more time to keep the house clean. But then the kids are still here. And I think that those of us who struggle to keep a tidy house and keep it organized are going to struggle all the time, no matter what. Let me just give you an example. I'm a piler, so I don't know what to do with it. I'm frozen. I put it in a pile. So I've had this pile for 16 years that I'm like, I'm going through the pile today. I'm going to get through this little junk pile. And then enter this thing. This thing has been in the pile. Do you have these things where you're like, I don't know what to do. I don't want to throw it away. It could be important. And it's got a battery thing in it, which is like a whole nother level, because if you're going to throw it out, you have to remove the batteries. And that is a lot of work. You have to find the right tool. So anyway, I just want to announce this is a victory. I guess it's not a gratitude. This is a gratitude. I'm grateful that I opened it. I tossed the batteries. I found out that it's some crystal holder science project thing from Lydia 6 years ago that she does not need. It's going in the trash. This eraser, we all have these erasers in our life where it's like, there's kids out there that don't have erasers. Do I go to the effort of trying to find a home, or do I just toss it? Because my kids are not using it. It's been in the pile. So all I'm saying is if you're someone who knows how to keep a clean house and keeps everything organized and don't have piles and it looks like a Hallmark movie, I think there's something wrong with you. Maybe. I don't think it's me. Anyone else? Okay, I see an amen from Jen French, so I think she knows about these things. Jen, do any of your boys want this eraser? Okay, next thing. I feel like we've all made some bad purchases right now. We're pretty much on a spending freeze, but we are buying food. And so early on in the shelter in place, I saw a recipe that had yeast in it and I wanted to make it. This was before the sourdough craze, like before every other post on Facebook is a picture of a sourdough bread loaf or a quiz about yourself and where you've lived and something people never knew about you, you know, sourdough. So I got this yeast and I couldn't find it, as no one could. And then I found it at the Pete's drive-through grocery and I was going to bring it to you. It's like 14 pounds of yeast now. So I just wanted to put that out there that I have yeast. I no longer wish to bake anything with it because I've seen too many sourdough bread posts and I just feel like it's a lot of work. So if anyone wants yeast, let me know. I could help you with that. So that's number 3. Number 4, and I have to be very sensitive how I say this. We're getting to that time where like the roots, they're starting to grow out. The faces, you'd think they'd start falling off by now. I do not have Botox, so this is all my real wrinkles, but this might be evil in my heart, but I really kind of want to see what people's real faces look like. So I'll just leave it at that. Zoom calls. Do we even need to talk about how hard it is to get a call set up and then this coordinating schedules and then the internet dies and then there's people and dogs and stuff. They're really fun to have Zoom calls with old friends and everything, but then it takes you 20 minutes just to start the process of, hey, we're all here and we're not muted and we're not messing things up. But I want to tell you, while I appreciate Christian's tips and all the great tips and parent ed about like how to survive mentally this shelter in place and to get your mental health going, I just want to share a little secret with you. One of the places that I want to go if I'm looking to die a slow death is next door. So if you're looking, oh, Elijah just came out. Elijah, I'm doing a live post and I don't really want you here. I'm not putting sunscreen on you right now. I'm on the air, dude. Bye. He just said I had 3 viewers. I have 22 right now, so back off. Okay. Anyway, okay, I'm back. Now I forgot what I was saying. Oh, next door. Don't go to next door if you want mental health. Don't go there. The people are just real angry and complaining on there. But every once in a while, when I just am in the mood to just get angry or something, I'll go look at people's posts. Now I want to talk about something that I can't talk about because Elijah's here. Elijah, can you go inside, please? For reals. I mean, I'm not going to say your name, but I'm going to throw all the children under the bus right now. Do it. I will, but not with you standing there. It's... Fine, I'll join your live video so I can... Oh, really? Okay, sorry. I'm about to throw my kids under the bus, but I'm going to try and do it in a way that they don't know, you don't know which kid it is. Here's where we're going to go deep right now in our Bratitude. And I just want to really get into some of the annoying things that are happening in my house that hopefully are happening in yours as well. I'm going to start, I actually made a list in order, hold on, but it's going to be backwards. Don't go away. It's going to be backwards. I did it on my a board, but I'll start. I'm going to start with the ice chewers. Christian Vanden Heuvel, I saw you mention something about having some ice chewers in your house. I'm going to have to say pretty much all the kids in my house are guilty, but when they were trying to play Scrabble and you've got the ice chewer, like, I can't. Like, go. You got to go. I can't handle the ice chewing. Yes, okay. Do you feel me on that? Ice chewing. Then we've got the bad eating manners in general, just the chompers and the talking with a mouthful. And these things all happen before the shelter in place, but they're so exacerbated right now. And my patience level for them is not very good. I have one child who you may know who is an amazing singer-songwriter, and I love her. But sometimes she sings off key and all the time. All the time. She's singing all the time. I have even had to I just had to send her to her room because the other kids had told her to stop. And she said, Mom, I thought you loved my singing. And I don't want to say, well, I used to before all this. But that's kind of how I'm feeling in my heart right now. So I'm seeing a comment from Jen French. Any chewing is a crime. It is. Just don't even eat. Don't chew. Shut it down. Go in your corner of your room and chew. And don't let anybody hear. And also answering another question, Elijah was not in his robe, so that's good, just swim trunks. He has, by the way, lived in a bathing suit or without a shirt 95% of the time, no shirt. It's how it is in our house. Okay, so for me, this might be my number one. It's very high up there. So you've got your ice chewers, your open mouth eaters, but how many of you have knuckle crackers in your house? And I'm not just talking knuckles. I'm talking they do the neck, and sometimes with a hand, sometimes without. They do every bone in the body that cracks. And this has been happening for years, but right now it's happening every 5 minutes, and this one is going to send me over the edge. I actually told this person in my family the other day, no one will ever marry you. Stop doing that. So if you're looking for some parent tips, that's probably not a good thing to say. This child has a sense of humor and knew that I was joking, but I really did say, no one's ever going to want to marry you if you keep that up. And Shiloh, my lovely spouse, had to go to this person after one of the explosions over the knuckles with all the kids in the family, like, stop, had to go do an intervention and say, look, you need to treat your knuckle cracking like it's farting, okay? Nobody wants to hear it. Nobody wants to see it. Take it in the other room. Do it in a private place. No more knuckle cracking. But it's so habit now that this person doesn't even realize they're doing it until we hit them in the face. See how worked up I need a heart rate monitor for that knuckle cracking. Dishwasher checking. Can you please check the dishwasher? What happens is there's this domino effect. Dishwasher is empty. I just emptied it for the 50th time and there's no dishes in the sink. So put your dirty dish in there. But what happens? One person will put a dirty bowl in there. And that's a signal to everyone else. Oh, dishwasher's full, clean, can't load it. And then you turn your head and there's 59 dishes in there and no one checked the dishwasher. You know what I'm saying? Bratitude. These are Bratitudes. I know this is not important stuff. And I know that we should be thankful, and we pivot that and go, I'm so thankful that I have dishes because that means I have dishes and that we're eating. But I'm just telling you, the dirty dish situation, Jen French says it's deep, and it is deep. Christian told me to calm down. You know what happens when you tell someone to calm down? Yeah, it makes them worse. But I'm calm. It's fine. Okay, I'm almost done with this. We're about to wrap it up of our practice in Bratitude. Let's talk about people who can make food for themselves and people who can't. Now, I have been making a lot of the dinners, but in the in-between meals, the lunches especially, because Shiloh's doing a lot of breakfast too, you can assume that kids, mine are 11, 13, and 16, can all make food. But there's a couple of my kids that just tend to do other things until they're so hungry that they're real grumpy. And then you say, hey, what'd you have for lunch? And they said, a piece of bread and ranch dressing. That's not lunch. I won't acknowledge that. Can't you put something together? We have a lot of good food here. No. And just the problem with that is the attitude and the bonking that comes when you don't take care of your body. So just wanted to recognize this. And I also want to say thank you, Rachel, who's appreciating these very important tips, if you will. Christian Vanden Heuvel is saying he recognizes all of these. And so does anyone have any special ones they would like me to add? I can share those publicly so we can all have solidarity. Rachel is legit eating ranch dip and bread right now. So, wow, Rachel, I hope you add some protein and fruits and vegetables to that. Speaking of food, we're going to talk about food. This is a Bratitude time, but I'm going to mix it with gratitude. I am very thankful that we have food in our house. We've been stocking up and going to the store just only every 2 weeks. And somehow the food intake in my life has caused some extra lbs, some extra cushioning, if you will. And I've been exercising, but I'm feeling it. And then my husband is losing weight. Why do men do that? Why? Why do women try really hard and then they gain weight, and men blink one extra time in the day and they lose 10 pounds? Why does that happen? I just want to know. Okay. So so let's move out of our Bratitude and we're going to go into gratitude and close it up with gratitude because they're all good practices, aren't they? Christian says, how about people who legit forget to eat? Yeah, I mean, that's basically the piece of bread and ranch dressing. Same. Like, you've been, I don't know, for example, playing video games for 3 hours and you didn't listen to your body? What is that? I don't even get it. And you're grumpy now, and now you're being mean to everyone? I don't understand what's happening there. It happens. Okay, so food. We Bratitude. Here's your gratitude. I'm thankful that I can gain weight because that means I do have food in my house. And right now there are a lot of people that don't have food. We are all in financial uncertain times right now, but I know that I'm going to have food for the next couple weeks and beyond. I've got community support, but there are people that are living paycheck to paycheck, and the food banks are crazy empty with food because so many people, I've been reading online and I can't get a solid statistics, like some places are seeing tenfold increase, some people doubled. The food banks need our help and the people that are serving those communities. So my friend Jen French, if you're local, she's basically a local celebrity. A lot of you know her. So she put a food bin outside of her house. If you know her, just go drive by. If you have a little bit of extra something, go drop non-perishable items in her front yard. No, not in her yard, in the bin. You can drop those there. And then also, Monument Crisis Center is having an emergency drive-through drop-off this Wednesday at St. Joan of Arc Church in San Ramon. So between 10 and 12, this Wednesday, the 29th, you can go drop off your non-perishable items there, and they're going to get those to people who are in need. So I didn't want to be like a total Bratitude girl, and I did want to share something significant because I think it is important to think of other people. And right now we're pretty limited in ways that we can tangibly serve, but that's just a good one that I have heard of recently. So even if it's just a couple cans, it all adds up to those people that need to put food on their plates. In the meantime, get your Bratitude out as needed so it doesn't fester, and practice that Bratitude. Come back Wednesday at 1 because Christian Vanden Heuvel will be back with real tips, like real deep, meaty things. And this one's really cool because we've been hearing a lot of people talk about this, and a lot of us are kind of like, I don't really know, but there's so many of you out there that now have adult children back in the home that weren't living there before, like someone that was at college that came back, or even maybe someone that lived and worked on their own for 5 years and lived in San Francisco and now they're back in your home. So Christian's going to talk about that dynamic, how to manage it, what it looks like. And he's funny too, so it won't be real boring or anything. So come back on Wednesday for that. And then Friday, our parent ed at 1 is going to be hearing from Julie about depression. And I know that sounds depressing, but we need to talk about it, and we need to be aware of our kids if they might be struggling. So she's going to talk about what to look for in your kids who might be struggling with depression. So that's Wednesday and Friday, and today's Monday. Now I'm going to go have a piece of bread with ranch dressing. So signing off. Thanks for coming by, y'all. Now Lydia can come out in the sun and I can go sunscreen the kids back.